Hello world, hello Africa, hello Nigeria. Welcome back to Growing with Joanne. Thank you for clicking on this video, and please stick with me to the end of this video because we have a whole lot to explore. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, very important. Like, comment and share this video so that it will get to a lot of people so that they can join this upcoming webinar. This webinar will be on the 17th of June. We're already in June 2026. That's on Wednesday, and we have a guest speaker here that will be joining us on that day. So I want to use this opportunity to invite every stakeholder to come and join this conversation, because this is a conversation that will develop our nation. So, Africans, working, let us do this together. So I will be sharing with us what this webinar will be all about, though Professor Christian will throw more light on that day, but then this is more like a preliminary to what we are about to witness or discuss in the upper week. Yeah, 17 should be next week or so. Yeah. So please, let's dive into what we have. Now, the webinar is captioned Workforce Visibility for African Technical and Vocational Education and Training, making local competence internationally readable. So, this might seem big, big vocabulary, but then let me break it down. What we are trying to discuss on that day, we are trying to discuss the workforce currently in Africa, in Nigeria. I am Nigerian, so let me speak for Nigerians. How we can make the workforce visible globally. The technical and vocational educational training skills under this can be welding, um, electrical skills, ICT, just mention them. So we'll be learning how we can make this skills or the already existing talent we have, how we can make it readable, how we can make it available and ready for employment. Now, Africa has talent. There are about 12 million plus graduates yearly. I will keep using Nigeria as a case study on a yearly, in fact, on a daily basis. A lot of people are graduating. I'm just being sarcastic, sorry. A lot of people are graduating thousands, hundreds of students. African universities produce millions of graduates annually across the continent. We have about 60% youth population. Africa has the world's youngest and fastest growing workforce, and unfortunately, 40 million youth unemployed. Despite the skills, the qualifications, millions remain jobless and underemployed. Using Nigeria as a case study, you all will agree with me that there are no jobs. No jobs. And the available jobs, they call it you have to know somebody for you to get something. But then the available jobs are given to people. In fact, you will see people in positions that they don't even qualify just because they know somebody in such sector and they are opportune to be there. So, millions of Africans graduate every year, of a truth. Millions acquire valuable skills, yet unemployment and underemployment remain persistently high. The talent exists, the recognition does not. So, the gap here is that talent exists, I have a bachelor in educational management and policy and health education. I know how much a school said that would pay me to be employed in a private school. It doesn't even pay a child's school fees, let alone paying rent or saving up to build your own house, you know, buying your own. In fact, living an average Nigerian doesn't even live comfortably. That's the real truth. If you can agree with me, except for the order of the day now that is, you know, helping a whole lot of Nigerians, content creation. But then, when it comes to the skills, those skills or those professions one has undergone certain training to acquire, and you see people after acquiring these skills, nothing to show for it, nothing to write home about. This is what we will be discussing with Professor Kristen to help us, come out of such problems. If the country is if everyone in the country is employed or have something, a business or anything doing, you would agree with me that the rate at which crime, a lot of things, you will agree with me that a whole lot of things are happening today. And if actually those people that um engage themselves in such crimes, if actually they are well empowered and well equipped, they have something doing, I don't think they will have such mind or conscience to carry out such crimes. So this also gets back to the stakeholders. They really need to come to this webinar to hear from Professor Kristen on how the way forward. I am someone that believes in solution and not just somebody that talks about the problem. What is the solution? What solution are we bringing to Nigerian youth? What solution are we bringing to African youth in general? Okay, let's move forward and learn more about what this webinar uh, will be covering. Okay, so okay. The painful question: if Africa has talent, why are so many qualified people still unemployed? That is the big question. This is not a question of effort, it is not a question of education, it is a question of visibility, and it demands an urgent answer from every policymaker, educator and institution on the continent. Africans, we have the talent but nothing to show for it. I can, I can tell you how many skills I have acquired. This webinar is not just for few people, it's for everybody, because I'm a part of this webinar. I will be there to learn a lot, to know the things I'm not doing right, and get to know what to do next. The skills are there. I started learning tech skills. I understand that, yeah, it's been paying off, but then I need more. I want more. I started e-edu consults. That's my little initiative of here helping schools integrate technology as a result of my experience. But then nothing tangible to grow this startup. So we'll get to learn and know if there are strategies we are not applying properly, if there are things the government should adapt, if there is something we need to get right. So please stick with me. We are getting to somewhere. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button once again. Like, comment, and share, because it will be of great joy to see a lot of people join this webinar on Wednesday, 17th of June 2026 by 5 p.m. So please share this share this video. It's very important. Okay, so this is not a question of effort, it's a question of visibility. We might have the skills and everything, and yet something is wrong, and it demands an urgent answer from every policymaker, educator, institution on the continent. So it's a matter of concern to everybody. Okay, let's continue. The visibility gap. Now this is where the visibility gap comes in. This is tip of an iceberg. Like, we are not doing anything here. I just want to break it down so that you get to know what to expect in the webinar, because I don't think it's a webinar that will stretch for long. So get your questions ready so that you'll be able to ask this professor. Okay, so the visibility gap. Skills developed locally are not easily understood by the global employers. AI hiring systems, ATS recruitment platforms, or international workforce ecosystems. African qualification often lack the standardized machine readable format that modern hiring infrastructure requires. The result: qualified candidates are filtered out before a human ever sees their application. This is the visibility gap, and it is costing Africa its greatest assets. Now, you go to school, you acquire the knowledge, just go through the normal processes, because there are some people that will still get to school and won't be serious to learn what they are there to do. They'll cut corners and graduate. These are not people we are referring to. We want a system where everything is standardized. We want a system that, like, every student is a real student and not just student by name. Okay, so this is the visibility gap that Professor Christian will throw more light on how, when you apply AI hiring systems, filters a whole lot even before a human could, get to your applications. Okay, so let's continue. Now, this is a scenario where we have graduate A and graduate B. Graduate A, 27-year-old, degree holder, intelligent, hardworking, skilled in his field, still unemployed after 3 years of searching. We hear of this every day. This is not like a fallacy, it's happening. You see people with top-notch grades, you see people with top-notch intelligence, yet they are still struggling to find a position to occupy. And secondly, if they eventually find these jobs, they are underpaid. Okay, and it's so bad that in such a country, you see a whole lot of people struggling, and you see crime increasing. So how can we curtail this? This is a call to awaken the ministers of education. You know, every stakeholder should awaken and join the webinar. Seriously, let them learn and know how to help liberate the economy. Okay, so graduate B, same age with graduate A, similar background, but her competencies are digitally verified, internationally aligned, and machine readable. She receives interview requests within weeks. Okay, so the difference is not the talent, it is the workforce visibility. All right, let's continue. Why this matters connected to Africa's future. Youth unemployment. Millions of skilled young Africans remain jobless, not for lack of ability, but lack of visible, recognized credentials. Economic growth. Invisible talent means untapped GDP. Nations cannot grow when their workforce cannot be seen by global markets. Education quality. Institutions must align learning outcomes with globally readable competency standards. National competitiveness. Countries with Visible workforce credentials attract investment, partnership, global opportunities at scale. Now, this is so true. If we can curtail the gap or bridge the gap of unemployment and lack of skills, you would agree with me that it will help improve a country's economy. If everybody is skilled and globally ready, you will agree with me that a lot will be happening. People will innovate. A lot of companies will come up as a result of innovations, and that way the country's economy will be able to grow. Okay, education quality. This is the point I am even interested in. Institution aligning the learning outcome to globally readable, like ready. Once something is ready, readable competency. Let it not be the kind of traditional learning outcomes we keep doing over and over and over again. Let us adapt what can be globally visible, globally competent. It is so important. Okay, so all of these and more will be discussed on the during the webinar. What is the workforce visibility? Standardized skills, trusted credentials, global discoverability. Now, these are what we call the workforce visibility. The skills must be standardized. It's not just learning a skill on the tip and you say you are ready for global competence. Now, you have to have trusted credentials. As much as you have the skill, you've gone to school, you've acquired the knowledge, the skills and everything, there should be these trusted credentials. The credentials should be something that should be globally recognized, and global discoverability, just as I have explained. So in simple terms, workforce visibility means your skills can be seen, understood and trusted by employers. AI systems. AI is now the order of the day. In fact, before I started making this video, I did an interview with AI. The AI interviewing me and I'm answering from my feedback. It asks me again, I ask. So you can imagine how the world is transitioning into something really different from what we are used to. Okay, so institution anywhere in the world, not just at home. For politicians, it means measurable national competitiveness. For teachers, it means graduates who get hired. For sorry, I'm shaking, I'm trying to get to my screen. For parents and students, okay, it means qualifications that open doors beyond local borders. For policymakers, it makes a workforce ecosystem that connects talent to global opportunities. Are you still there? If you're here up to this moment, thank you for sticking with me, growing with Joanne. I'm just a young mother and wife striving to be a great woman, and I am open to collaborations. I'm open to jobs. I'm open to a whole lot. I'm just somebody that is open to new opportunities, and I'm advocating for top-notch education or digitalized educational systems. And yeah, that is it. Let's keep going. What participants will learn, why talents remain invisible, how workforce systems are changing, the role of digital credentials. For why talent remains invisible, the structural barriers preventing African skills from being recognized globally. So you're going to learn that. The shift towards digital AI readable credentialing ecosystem worldwide. The role of digital credentials, how verified portable credentials unlock global opportunities for graduates. For global workforce trends and the future of the TVET, that's a technical and vocational education and training, what employers and international ecosystems now require and how TVET must evolve. Workforce readiness, practical strategies for institutions and individuals to become globally competitive. Okay, so the link to this webinar will be in the description below this video. I will attach the link for you to register ASAP. And on Wednesday, 17th June, you get to clock in and ask your questions, learn more. We are all here to learn, okay? Growing with Joanne. Why every stakeholder should care. This is for everybody, like I said earlier. Educators and the TVET institutions. Align curricula to global readable competency standards. Universities bridge the gap between degrees and employability. It's not about getting the whole certificate. In fact, you should be ready, employable anywhere as a graduate. Okay, so these are the gaps we need to cover up. Government drive national competitiveness through credential visibility. Employers access a wider verifiable talent pool across borders. Young professionals, make your skills discoverable to global opportunities. Development partners, invest in systems that scale African workforce impact. Okay, let's continue. Questions every minister should be asking. Are our graduates globally competitive? Yes, this should be the question you and I and every other person should be asking. The graduates of today, whom we are graduating today from institutions, we have a lot of them, the private, the public, and the rest of them. Okay, are our graduates globally competitive? Do our institution produce talent that international employers can recognize and trust, so that we can work locally and also be open to international opportunities? Are we preparing learners for jobs that exist today? Are we learning things that are taught in the olden days? Are we still learning it now? Things are changing, times are changing, and everything is evolving. AI is even replacing jobs. So what are we teaching? What are we training these people to learn? Are we teaching them to learn things that can give them jobs today, or still falling behind? Okay, is our curriculum aligned with current workforce demands or last decade's economy? How visible are the competencies produced by our institutions? Can a graduate's skills be verified, understood, and valued beyond our borders? So I leave you with these questions. Come register the link with the link in the description box. Register ASAP. So register now, register now, register now. Don't forget to share this video. This video needs to get to every stakeholder. It needs to get to ministers, ministries, ministries of education. Okay, it needs to get to our politicians, the government. They need to come hear what Professor Kristen has to teach and how we can make, bridge this gap and make our youth globally readable. Okay, so please do well to hit that subscribe button. I need this video to get me to 1,000 subscribers, and I need you to comment, share. It's part of the growth, and always stick with me on this channel. I'll try my possible best to always put up content. We'll be learning a whole lot from now onwards. I'll be sharing my own knowledge. Okay, so that is it. Let's call it a day. Thank you for sticking with me up until this moment. God bless you, and I will be waiting to join you on the 17th. Please do well to comment in the comment section if you have watched this video up until now. I need you to comment in the comment section, globally readable, yes, or if that is difficult for you, you type in workforce. I need somebody type in workforce in the comment section. I need to type in TVET, the technical vocational education training, technical and vocational education training. Okay, type in any keyword that you found during the course of these preliminary. So this is more like a tip of an iceberg. On Wednesday, you get to learn from the professor. He knows it all. This is his field. He's registered in this field, so he's bringing to us, to Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya. Mention all of them, please. If I didn't mention you, you know, Africans, we are great, so we need to be globally readable so that a whole lot, our economies will improve, a lot will improve, and we can be proud to say, I am Nigerian, I am African. So please, thank you for sticking with me. I love you all. Kisses.